Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently still working away on getting our reconstruction finished up here. Well, we're going to go ahead and build the starbase here in Enif, and we're also going to get a job on this tech world. We're just going to go ahead and build some research complexes here. This is a lot of mining districts. At some point, we might want to consider dropping one of these structures here, one of these four, and replacing that with a mining area. We'll think about that for now, and that's something that I would be interested in doing. But for now, we're just going to build an industrial district over here. I'm also going to improve our mineral purification hub. Now, that would give us just a single miner job, but that's okay. We don't have a huge number of building slots that we want to fill up on an industrial world anyway. So for now, that will be fine. As far as this mining world goes, there really isn't a lot to be done here, is there? I suppose we could put in an energy grid and then build up the generator districts. However, I'm thinking of another route. And that is that we can put in city districts and build commercial zones for trade value. So we're just going to put in a commercial zone for now. Otherwise, that appears to be all of our colonies. Good to go. Wonderful. The Umzara station over here, this is of course an anchorage, and we're going to put in a naval logistics office here. Wonderful. So we are working on quite a number of locations over here. Some of these are switching up to bastions as we speak, so that is great. We're going to need a hangar bay here, and then we're going to need a gun battery here. And then I would like to put in a communications jammer in terminal egress. Wonderful. On Vima station, we're going to need the same thing. A hangar bay, a gun battery, and a communications jammer. Perfect. Of course, we are currently over our starbase cap. We're also over our naval cap. So that's all something to think about, and that's a big part of the reason why our energy credits are currently negative. That and the fact that there's a lot of ungathered trade value over here. Now, we are working on the Kador station, which is going to bring us up to 21 out of 19 starbase cap. That's going to be rough. But it will gather all of this over here, and I think we're going to want to put a gateway here in Kador. There isn't one otherwise nearby, so that's probably something that we should do. In fact, I'm going to output a specific construction ship exclusively for doing just that. Maybe not the most efficient thing, but we do need a new scientist, and I guess a sapient AI assistant will do the trick. That's 10% research speed, sure. Excellent. So we are going to run out of exotic gases soon enough. We are negative on those. And a big part of that is, I think, because of our naval cap exceeding, which will go away, but I am interested in maybe cutting these sales. We can bump up our sale of consumer goods a little bit. So we'll just do that. That's not going to bring us positive in our energy credits just yet, but that'll be fine. The Tadasca station is still pumping out the ships, but otherwise we should be good to go here. So, yeah. I think we still need a Titan here.
Achieved.
Yeah, Federation destroyers and a Titan. Okay, Paradise Domes are now done. Naval cap might not be a terrible thing to go for. I'm gonna do it. Well, actually, let's think about it. The Umzara station here, we currently have +8 naval cap. We're going to get a grand total of +16 additional, plus the naval logistics office, which will, of course, give us +2 per anchorage. So 16, and then this would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so that's going to be 28. It's going to be close, but that's not quite going to get us there. So with the research, I think that'll be decent. Excellent. The Rebellion Vortex Station, that does need a hangar bay and a gun battery. And then we're going to, of course, put in a communications jammer. Excellent. We're also going to queue up upgrading to a Star Fortress for each of these. We're going to need a gun battery and a hangar bay and a communications jammer here. The VMOS station can upgrade to a Star Fortress. And the terminal egress station can as well. We're going to go ahead and activate the Surveyor, although we're short on energy credits. We're just going to sell off some volatile motes to make that happen. And then we're going to run the Surveyor. Fantastic. +9 physics research over here in Peia. And we're going to bring these guys via jump drive over to Cador. And once here, we are going to begin working on construction of a gateway. Now, we need 77 influence for that. That is actually quite rough. For some reason, I hadn't considered that. But that's fine. We're going to jump drive over to Peia next with this fleet here. And Cador, of course, should begin working on trade hubs. There we go. That'll be fine. So we're going to jump drive on over as soon as we're done with this research station. And for now, we're going to save up our influence for the gateway at Cador. That will be necessary so that we don't require patrol fleets. Let's check in on our piracy situation. I think it's completely fine. I don't believe we have any piracy issues right now, so that's wonderful. We did complete this station, so we're going to jump drive to Peia. Once we arrive there, we will build a research station there, and then make our way over to Isius. It's not going to be the fastest route, but it'll be fine. And this trade hub will start gathering nothing, I think, this first trade hub. But the second one will start gathering things. So that's fine. Once we get all of this trade value over here, that will help very tremendously. There's Giga Cannons. That's great. So let's go ahead and take, I think, modular engineering. And let's go into our ship designer. And anything that currently uses... I think it would have to be just battleships and titans. Let's upgrade that to Giga Cannons, the Kaga class. And then titans are fine. Menacing corvettes, yeah. It keeps regenerating a menacing cruiser, but I want to just double check all of these. Yeah, and then the Juggernaut auto upgraded. That's fine. Now, Federation ships should already be in the correct state because Giga Cannons were already known by someone else in the Federation. So that is fine. In terminal egress, we're okay as well. We're going to need to upgrade just our battleships in these two fleets. Why is this fleet wanting a second Titan? Can we not? How many Titans do we currently have? We have 2. That's the number of Titans we should have, because this fleet doesn't have a Titan. These 2 fleets will have Titans, but that doesn't count towards our Titan cap, I believe. So we're making a Federation Titan and a Federation Titan. That's fine. Okay. Looks good to me. Wonderful. So we will continue working on gathering all of this over here, and for a brief period, I am expecting us to have a piracy issue down over this way. But that is, in theory, a very brief period. And we're going to make our way over to Isius and get ourselves another starbase over here. Now, we're going to need to very, very swiftly get a gateway over here. Again, we need 58 for that. 58 influence. That's rough. That's our Potomac finishing up over here. Great. That is fine. These upgrades are finishing up. Perfect. Some of them are just getting underway, but that's fine. Fantastic.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
There's our energy weapon attack speed. So next, I think, honestly, we just go with whatever is cheapest. Building cost, that'll do. Let's check in on our colonies, see how those are doing for right now. This tech world could use a capital complex upgrade. Wonderful. And this tech world could use a job. Easy enough. Sounds good to me. This trade hub
have been made superior.
could use an off-world
Our
trading
ships
company.
have been made superior.
And we're definitely going to do that. And we have started gathering some of this. So if we look at this now, we can see we now have a piracy issue building over here. So for the time being, I'm going to take the third fleet here. This is our menacing fleet. They're going to come down over this way. And they're going to patrol this route, just to make sure that we don't have any problems there. Now, they're wildly overkill for patrolling this route, don't get me wrong. This is way, way more than we need, but that'll be fine. They'll deal with the piracy until we can get the gateway built up here. So at this point, we will have them patrol up to Obliria, like that. Okay. Modular engineering has finished up. That's great. Let's go ahead and go for Starbase upgrade cost reduction and upgrade speed increase. That'll be nice. Now you can see here, we are paying 50% extra for our Starbase upkeep right now. It's not great. Let's actually look at our edicts. We could run Fortify the Border. That does cost us influence, though. It does indeed. Is there anything over here? Architectural Renaissance would give us megastructure build cap. That's nice, but that's not really what we need. Anything over here that gives us additional starbases? No, actually. It's only Fortify the Border, which costs influence, which we can't currently give. So we'll have to wait on that. That's okay. The Umzara station is still working away. We've got the Uproth station over here. That is fine. We are gathering a lot of trade value over here now, and you can see our energy credits are doing much better, to the point where I'd like to back off a little bit on our sell order here, and also on our buy order here. We can take this down to perhaps 200.
Our ships have been made superior.
And let's see how that's going. The second fleet has finished upgrading. That's wonderful. And all of those are still working on their construction. Okay, sounds good. So at this point, the Cador station is pretty much doing its job. Mictor Continuity has a 269k fleet over here. Can we see? We don't have enough intel to know about their ship design. That's fine. Skill level 10 out of 9. Okay. Well, we can see that they're running slightly heavy on the shields. Okay, but our current loadout would likely be fairly good against them. We don't know what kind of weaponry they're running. Substance abuse. Our Ambassador Corps has for some time been concerned at the performance of Rashad El Ghazali, one of our envoys to the Ethiopian healthcare system. Now, evidence has come to light that he appears to have fallen prey to an alien substance from the Talakur League that has proven extremely addictive to Ethiopians. Although the trade in this substance is highly illegal among the Talakuran, a lucrative black market run by cutthroat drug lords has sprung up. These drug lords, who apparently managed to introduce it to him as a potent aphrodisiac, now exert a considerable degree of influence over Rashad El Ghazali, who is forced to do their bidding in return to satisfy his cravings. So we could fire him, or we could recall him to Earth for retraining, and that's what we're going to do. We're doing fine in terms of our Federation level. That's still soaring up at 10 per day, so that's great. Eventually, we're going to want to shift these over, but for now, that's not going to be a possibility. The Belmacosa appear to be performing battles over here. We now have a border with the Belmacosan enforcers. I don't know how I feel about that, in all honesty. I mean, these are not that terrifying of fleets. This is a little more terrifying, but that's the Mictor continuity. As far as the Belmicosa go, I mean, I think we're scared of them. The question is how scared. We're going to put in our alloy mega forges over here for now. On this forge world, we're going to do the same. Otherwise, our colonies all appear to be just fine for now. Excellent. Let's go through these bastions, see if there's anything that they need. That appears to be a negative for now. Okay. And the Umzara station is still upgrading. Sure. So that will all be underway for a while. We are, of course, currently saving up influence to put a gateway in Cador. And we'll have enough for that in just a few months. So that will be fine. These anchorages don't need upgrades. They are completely fine. Umzara will. Here in just 40 days. Excellent. What do the Belmicosa think of us?
Incoming transmission.
They are in a diplomacy, or rather in a supremacist stance. Okay. So these guys want to establish an embassy. Sure. Corps of Engineers has finished up, and let's just take armored torpedoes for now. That's the cheapest thing available. The VMOS station is going to require additional upgrades, of course. We're going to go ahead and put our anchorages in over here. We don't need any other structures here, just anchorages and then a star fortress. So that's great. All of these are going to be underway for a while. And how are we doing on our constructions of the Science Nexus Hub? That's actually getting close to getting the next upgrade. That's great. We're really going to start pumping out the science up here. So that is wonderful. Just another 2 months until we're ready to construct our gateway, and we're going to put it up over here. Yeah, 1 more month here. All we need is the 1 influence. We're gaining 2.36 right now. And we might want to think about dropping some of those pacts, but I think for now we're probably okay. Okay, let's get this gateway construction site underway. That is the entire purpose of the ISS Jordan. Of course, we're not grabbing this over here. We've delayed it because we put the influence into that instead. And that's okay. So we're negative in our minerals right now, but we are reasonably positive in our energy credits now. I'm going to drop off our sell order here of our consumer goods. And I'm going to remove entirely our food sell order. We'll just cancel / remove that. There we go. Now, I expect us to be negative in food this next, or rather negative in energy credits this next month. That's fine. That's completely okay if that is indeed the case. This forge world here requires a job. We're just going to upgrade our alloy nano plants. Yes, we are indeed negative in energy credits. The first module of the 4 research wings is now in place, and researchers and staff are already moving into the living quarters. The next and final step of construction will extend the wings, adding 4 sections of laboratories equipped to support our most dangerous research. Extensive security measures are being taken to ensure the staff's safety. We're almost there. So we're going to get this started immediately, and that will finish our Science Nexus as soon as that construction is done. Great. We have so many alloys right now. We're probably going to need them. More jobs for a forge world. There we go. You know what that means. More alloys. Now, this tech world here, I still am thinking about replacing one of these 4 structures. And if we didn't have the crime here, then I would really strongly think about removing the Hall of Judgment. As it is, I think I'm going to remove this monument. We're going to replace that with mineral purification plants, and we're also going to construct a mining district here. Now, we're probably going to run into a housing a housing issue on this world. Not a housing district on this world. We're going to run into some of those as well, possibly. We'll have to take a look at that as it develops. So our stations are continuing to progress, and that will be done fairly shortly. Excellent. So as soon as we're done constructing the gateway construction site over here, the ISS Jordan will be disbanded. It will no longer be necessary, and will only maintain the ISS Potomac. And our next influence is going into grabbing all of these, of course. That will go a long ways towards helping our resource issues. And if we look over here, we can see that our fleet is definitely solving the piracy issue. There's no doubt about it. We are currently out of minerals. That will reduce our alloys and consumer goods by 50%. I'm not necessarily okay with that. I'm going to bump up our buy order here to 200, actually to 300. And to compensate, I'm going to bump up the sell order to 200. I'm also going to sell somewhere around 30 alloys per month. That should do the trick. I'm not necessarily okay with selling alloys, but that's what we have the most of right now.
Incoming transmission.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine. We're massively negative on consumer goods, but I think that's only because we didn't have the minerals last month. I think that'll recalculate. So that'll be fine. Armored torpedoes have finished up. Let's go ahead and grab, I don't know, robot modification points. Actually, we'll grab quantum missiles. It's the same cost. It'll be fine. The Potomac will have enough to build the starbase in, what is that, 22 months? Yeah, 22 months, approximately. So that'll take some time, but that's okay. In the meantime, we are working our way up over here. Now, I do want to go through all of these bastions and make sure that they all have Farpoint-class defense stations. Excellent. Now, some of these don't, but that's because they're still upgrading. And we'll come back to those once they're done upgrading. We may want to consider putting defense platforms on all of our star bases, though. In fact, let's put them on our shipyards for right now. I mean, we've got the alloys, right? It's not a problem. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we may as well put them on anchorages as well.
Construction complete.
Oh, hello. What was that? That was the Cador starbase. Okay. So the Cador station, of course, needs to be upgraded here. And we're also going to need a pair of trade hubs. Those will be the top priority. Excellent. So these anchorages are getting their defense platforms. They only get 12. And that's fine. There we go. And now we're lacking in the alloys. That's okay. That's good. We wanted to spend down our alloys there. We're a little bit negative in our minerals right now, but that will likely be solved soon enough. One more job here, huh? I'm going to put in an industrial district, but we don't have the minerals for it right now. So we're going to buy those. We're going to put in the industrial district, and then I'm going to build a mineral purification plant just to give us some mining jobs there. On this Forge world, same thing. I'm going to put in a mineral purification plant. On this factory world, we can actually upgrade our system capital complex, and we're going to do exactly that. Actually, we're still lacking. There we go. That should do the trick. And I'm also going to put in a mineral purification plant. On this tech world, it's not much of a tech world, is it? Let's switch this over to a mining world. And we're going to put in a mineral purification plant here. And then we can put in another research lab here. It'll be kind of a quasi-tech / mineral or mining world. Sort of, that sort of a thing. This tech world here, I mean, at this point we're continuing to put in mining districts, but these are specialist unemployment jobs. They will get demoted eventually, and that's okay. On this factory world, we definitely want to put in a mineral purification plant. There we go. Okay, sounds good. We're about to run out of minerals again. I'm just going to buy some in.
Scientific
Sure.
breakthrough achieved.
Here's our quantum missiles, and let's just grab whirlwind missiles next. Nice. So we're going to get our Star Fortress here in Terminal Egress quite soon. That's wonderful.
Construction complete.
Borders opened from the Boki consciousness. Okay. The VMOS station is going to need a gun battery, or rather, not a gun battery, a missile battery, and I did this wrong. Missile battery, hangar bay. There we go. Perfect. We're going to want a disruption field generator as well as an upgrade to Citadel. Okay, and then these are still a little ways behind. Terminal Egress will be finishing up right now, so we'll put in missile battery, hangar bay, and disruption field generator and upgrade to Citadel. Wonderful. Okay, sounds good. So we're going to start offsetting our large mineral deficit. These guys want to... I believe they already established an embassy, but okay, if that's what they want. Substance abuser. Oof. Okay. Not helpful, in all honesty. How much do we need over here? We need another 18. So 9 months before we can resume construction over here. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue working on our reconstruction. And in fact, we may finish it next episode. We'll see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.